In the old days, man tried to catch a glimpse of the future in the strangest of ways. They locked themselves in dark rooms, not partaking of food and drink. At the stroke of midnight, they ventured out into the night through the dark woods, where strange creatures roamed. To see if they would be wealthy, to see if they would be happy, to see if they would live, to see if they would be loved. Hey friends, my name's Maddie, and welcome to a game called Year Walk. I have no idea what this is. My friend from Norway sent this to me as a gift because I've been feeling pretty down, and she said that it has to do with her culture, so like Norwegian, Swedish, kind of Scandinavian culture, and she said it was mildly horror themed, and that's it. So I have no idea what this game is going to be like. Okay, I think it's a point and click? Alright. When there is a path leading north, press W to go up. Oh, okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I have to pay at least a little bit of attention, I suppose. Guess I can turn that up a little more. I've been worried about the audio. I don't have Audacity yet, so... That was weird. There was a little flicker. It was probably nothing, so... What is that? Oh. Okay. Okay, it's a puzzle game. Okay. Okay. It's got an elephant on the side, and what is that, a monkey? Map. Encyclopedia. Oh, that might have been this. The brook horse. Woo! Sweden is a country that has a lot of lakes, rivers, streams, and brooks, and Swedish folklore is filled with strange creatures residing in the dark waters. The brook horse was a pale horse who lived in creeks or lakes, luring children to ride on its back. The brook horse's spine grew for every rider that it lured on top of its back. When the brook horse was satisfied, it leapt into the water, whereupon the children drowned. The brook horse had a lot in common with the Nix, a handsome young fiddler who lured young girls down into the water, and according to some, they were one and the same. It is likely that the brook horse was made up to keep children from playing too close to the water. One of the more unusual depictions comes from a story told in the north of Dalarna. A young man on his way home from his work at a charcoal kiln, he decides to wash up in a nearby creek. The man finds a strange stone, formed like a small child, in the water. He picks it up. The man notices that he's not alone. He's being watched by a horse walking on two legs. The horse stretches out a human hand to the man, who gets frightened and runs home to a shack he shares with his fellow workers. He tells the tale to his comrades, who laugh at him and call him a drunken fool. He shows them the stone that now looks quite ordinary. The man curses and goes to bed. When the workers wake up the following morning, they find the man dead in his bed, his lungs filled with water, and the stone nowhere to be seen. The brook horse was almost closely associated with death. Almost always closely associated with death, not always in a negative way. For instance, in the sad folk tale Little Nils, the brook horse is the one who finally leads Little Nils' soul home, and thus ends his long series of misfortunes. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's that thing that's colored on the side of it. Ooh. Okay. Hmm. Born in Stockholm, 1968, spent most of his youth in Edinburgh, where his mother was born. Okay, I wonder. Hmm. Journal, hints, settings. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that box has to do with anything yet. So can't go any further that way. Let's just keep walking. At least it's a really pretty environment. I mean, we don't get snow where I live at all. No snow. I live in Central California, so snow is pretty much a miracle over here. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what this game's about, really. I think the mode of travel is pretty interesting. My only problem is that I don't really know my objective or anything. So I'm just kind of wandering around until I can get a sense of what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so I can go in there. Oh, hello. There you are. I've been waiting for you all day. You should not go outside without a hat on a cold day like this. You'll freeze your ears off. It's loud. And I'm quite fond of the person those ears belong to. Did anyone see you coming here? Now you're being silly. You know that I'm not ashamed of you. It's not that. I like you very much. But you and I come from different worlds. He's waiting for my answer. I said I'd give it to him next year. Oh, is she engaged? And this is the last day of this year. Now you're being unfair. This isn't any easier for me. I don't like it when you're like this. Calm down. You're walking. I hope you're joking. You do remember what happened to my cousin, don't you? Promise me you won't do anything foolish. We're not supposed to know what happens in the future. Foolish is my middle name. I came here to be foolish, and I'm going to accomplish that, thank you. You should hurry home to your cottage and get some rest. It's getting dark soon. Hurry home to your cottage. You should probably go. Oh man. Dumped! Alright, so... my cottage is like all the way back this way. Should you find yourself lost, clues can be found in the hints menu. Good, that's helpful. Because I am dumb, and I will 100% get myself lost. At least it's giving me landmarks and stuff. So I'm not... See, I want to know what that box is. I don't know how to unlock it, though. Okay, there it is. The arrows are hard to see a little bit. There's my house. What is that? Oh! I didn't realize. Okay, I was waiting for, like, the scene to end. What is all this? I don't know what that is. Okay. What am I doing, though? Oh. I'm making the title. Yearwalk. So I'm heading out into the wilderness to try and, what, see the future? Okay, I can't go any further that way. See, I don't know what this is. This is such an interesting game, but I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Yeah, reveal hint. Search for the church. Okay, so this box has nothing to do with anything. We have to go find the church. Okay. The fuck? Hold on. The Night Raven. Carrion birds were deeply linked with misfortune and death in Scandinavian folklore. The night raven, or a natravnen, was certainly no exception. The night raven was described as a large bird with a sharp beak, sometimes with holes in its wings. If a person gazed through these holes, he would become ill. Other stories told of a giant skeleton bird that could never satisfy its hunger. Travelers foolish enough to be out at night risked being devoured by the terrible bird, especially at festival days such as Christmas or New Year's Eve. The night raven has also been described as an ordinary raven, but if it landed on a house, someone would die shortly with a terrible fever. Overall, the night raven was strongly associated with disease. When farmers sent their children out to collect wild birds' eggs, they had to be careful that they didn't pick the eggs of the night raven. Those eggs were considered deadly. But if the child was unsure, he could knock on the egg 3 times and say, "Out with thee, evil spirit." If the egg belonged to the night raven, it would turn black. The night raven not only infested the eggs, it also possessed birds, preferably carrion birds. According to some sources, the night raven was a spirit of an evil, greedy man who had not been buried properly. The greed manifested itself in the night raven's fondness for shiny objects. So that's what that symbol is. I don't know what this is. Is that... I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know. It's not anything, really. Is it supposed to be this? Because it doesn't really look like that. It's just kind of a weird chicken foot shape. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so... let's just keep going. The snowflakes kind of look like fingerprints. It's pretty. The fuck is that? I do not know. Is this the church? Okay, that scared me. There's nothing in there. So no, this isn't the church. I don't know what that place is. I thought I could go in the other door, but I can't. Okay, so let's just keep walking. I suppose it'll have a cross on it if it's a church, right? That's usually how these things go. What is that? What is it? I don't know! I can't read the letters! I don't know. Oh. I need a username and password? Okay, I have a map. Woods and Kiln. Cottage. Runestone. Windmill. The church. Okay, so left, up, up, right, up. Left, up, right, up. Okay. Oh, there's... Hold on. What is that? This little thing. The Huldra is known to have played a part in Norse mythology, but she is likely of an even older origin from when man lived off the forest rather than the fields. The Huldra was the guardian of the forest. She tended to the trees, plants, and animals. A single large tree in a grove surrounded by smaller trees was often considered to be the Huldra's home, or even the Huldra herself. In most stories, she presented herself as a beautiful young woman. This was, however, not her real appearance. Very few saw the Huldra's true face, and even fewer lived to speak of it. She was often described as a lonely and woe-filled creature. Her relationship with humans was very complex. She would enthrall a man with her beautiful song and lure him deeper and deeper into her forest, where she either wedded or killed him. The men kissed by the Huldra became apathetic and slow. According to some accounts, the Huldra was a positive force. If a hunter was kind to the Huldra, she might blow her breath down the barrel of his rifle, which would bless his hunt. Colliers considered her their friend, as she kept fires from spreading from their charcoal kiln. She also helped those who willingly offered their blood to her, but this was dangerous, as the Huldra might drink the giver dry. The Huldra was thus capable of doing both good and bad deeds. It was very hard to predict whether she would help or harm, since she played by rules known only to her. That's really interesting, though. Like, that's cool. So just keep going up and look out for monsters. Just keep going. Okay, there's the windmill. Let me check my map again. Okay, yeah. I went the wrong way, so go back down. And then this way. Is that the goat? I think it is. I think that's the goat symbol. The Church Grim. Of all the creatures in Swedish folklore, the Church Grim was doubtlessly the most complex, and certainly the most feared. Little is known of it, since it was considered bad luck to even speak about it. The Church Grim's appearance varied, which could possibly be attributed to the nature of the Church Grim's origin. When a church was built in medieval times, an animal was sometimes buried alive under the floors, most commonly goats, since those were comparatively cheap. There have also been stories of criminals being buried alive as punishment. In other versions, the criminal's heart was cut out and placed inside an animal carcass that was sacrificed. The heart was central in many of the myths surrounding the Grimm. Stories from the south of Sweden told that if you could touch the Church Grimm's heart, you could stare into the eye of creation. The Church Grim guarded the church against thieves and grave robbers, but because of it, even honest folks avoided the church at night. Some stories say if you were unlucky enough to be the last one to die during the year, you would serve the Church Grim the following year. There are other stories that suggest that the Church Grim was not a guardian at all, but rather a sort of parasite that was drawn to the energy of the church. While there, it fed on people's hopes, dreams, and fears. A recent and controversial theory suggests that the Church Grim was closely related to a nameless Bronze Age deity. That's so cool! Man. That is pretty dang neat. Uh-oh. Hello, can I have this, please? I'm gonna die, aren't I? Can I have that? Okay, bye. What the heck? Did she give it to me? I don't know where she went, though. Hi, Beans. My cat. So am I seriously just trying to follow, like, the sound of her voice? It's hard to hear anything. What if I went back to the... Okay. So she's not over here. There's her symbol, so she should be over here somewhere. Right? I'm so scared. It's a really pretty game, though. Why'd she steal my key, though? That's so rude. I'll just keep an eye out for stuff. Oh, crap. That scared me. Hello. Hello, can I have that? It's so pretty, it's almost like a Frambeau type of art style. I'd really like my key back. Okay. Your song is very beautiful. Can I please have the key? And I love what you've done with your eye makeup. It's gorgeous. But really, I really need that key, so if you could just give it back, that would be awesome. That's pretty. I don't know what to do with that, but... Ooh. This is gorgeous. Okay, I don't think I can actually follow you in there. Yeah, I don't think I can follow you in there. Can I? A wooden doll dances in a shed? What? It doesn't dance at all until it gets wound up. The dance is known as the owl dance. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I can't drag them? Okay, this game is so confusing. I like it because I really like puzzle games, especially ones that are kind of weird and horror themed, like this. Dances in a shed. Like, that's not a shed, that's a tree. She disappeared into the tree and now I can't get in there after her. And I can't move back and forth, so do I go back to that weird... I don't even know what that place was. Okay, I have to check the map again. So I'm going the right way. Okay. Oh, this shed? I'm so stupid. If I just took a little while. That is honestly one of the most frightening toys I've ever seen in my life. I would never give that to, like, my child, personally. That's creepy as hell. Oh, it's giving me directions. Okay, I need to write these down. Okay, that is scary as hell. Please turn your head back around. I don't want to see that. So, okay. Show me again. Left. Right. Left. Right. 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 Left. Left. That's seriously freaky. Goodbye. I'm never going back in there. Okay. That is just so scary. Anyway, moving on. So, left, right, left, right, 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 left, left. Alright, into the abyss, let's go! You know, my friend even apologized to me when she gave me the game, saying, sorry, my culture's so horrifying. So, I guess I should have expected it to be creepy, at least, if not directly scary. Okay. I'm gonna get away from the scary-ass music, thanks. This is where her song is, so she's somewhere here. I like all the flickering, too. It looks like a really old movie. I'm also half wondering if it's, like, purposely tricking me. No. Where did she go? I feel like I'm going in circles. Where are you, lady? Okay. They all make a different sound. Sorry I'm not saying much, I can't think of what to say. This is so lovely, but it's also giving me the serious heebie-jeebies. Okay. I'm just trying to go with whatever sounds decent with the music that's playing. There she is. I was right, at least. Hello. Please don't. Oh, Jesus, fuck! Okay. Did I die? I'm dead. I died. She drank my blood. Oh, she gave me the key, though. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I needed that. Thanks. Can I please go back to the church now? That was some scary shit. I never want to do that again. Okay, can we please go to the church? Like, oh my god. So... Okay, I'm just trying to get a feel for where we are. Yeah, not going in there, thank you anyway. I feel like I should have, like a... Okay, I'm gonna have to go through the cemetery. What I was saying is I feel like I should have, like, an inventory? Wouldn't that make the most sense? Gosh, I don't even know what time it is. I mean, I know what time it is, but I don't know how long I've been recording. Okay. Let's look at the hint again. I don't like looking at the hints so much, but... The key turned into water, so I don't have the key. And I'm in a super snowy area, so it could be pretty much anywhere. Alright, so... Is there a body of water around here somewhere? That's the hill. Woods outskirts, plains, windmill. Woods. So many woods. The brook. I have to go all the way back. Okay. We'll make our way down there and then I'll probably stop for a while. I figure one jump scare is probably enough, and I wasn't sure what this game was when I got into it, but now that I know, I'll be more prepared next time for anything jumping out and trying to scare the shit out of me, which I guarantee will happen again. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm a huge baby when it comes to horror games. And I really like them. I can't get enough of them. I love playing them. I love watching people play them. I love horror stories. I love scary movies. But I also have a panic disorder. So any little thing could set me off into a panic attack. And I don't know why I do this to myself. But I continue doing it. So let's just hop right in. Okay. Yes, okay, this is it. So, it's gotta be somewhere over here. Hello? Hi. I'd really like to... Yes, can I have that, please? I would really like that. He's giving me the shrug emoji. And also lots of little cute ghosts. Thank you? Am I supposed to pick one? They're all lovely, I don't know which one to pick. Are these your friends? I don't really know what to do. Should I go ahead and just... Should I leave? You seem like you're a little busy, so that's why I was asking. Oh, my encyclopedia is all kinds of bloodied up now. I don't know why that is. Some Mylings died at the hands of angel makers. The angel maker would typically be paid by the child's poor mother to find a decent home for the infant. When the mother left, the infant was murdered. Ooh. Typically, the Mylings were murdered by their mothers, often unmarried women who had been left to fend for themselves. The Myling would commonly be left in the woods to die, or they would have been drowned by their mothers in brooks or bogs. Okay, that's where this ties in. The most common way for the Myling to haunt was through a horrible wailing sound. The Myling might take the form of a ball of light similar to those of an earbloss, Scandinavian will-o'-the-wisp, and led the curious traveler astray. Sometimes they would cry for their mothers to breastfeed them, which would apparently set them free. Ooh, nope, I'm not going down there yet. One story from the Bergslagen tells of an old farmer on his way home through the forest. He's approached by a small child who follows him and says, "Grandfather, grandfather, I'm so hungry." The old man tries to ignore it, but the child keeps on nagging, so finally the old man loses his patience. If you can find someone to feed you, then feed, but you won't get any milk from me." The child seems pleased and leaves. When the old man comes home, he finds his daughter lying dead on the floor, bleeding from her chest. The child he met was the spirit of his murdered grandson. A person who helped the Mylings find their way to the other side was often left with a gift. According to some sources, the Myling would be taken in by other supernatural creatures such as Hobbs, or if it had been drowned, the brook horse. Okay, that makes sense. So, are you gonna scare me? My little baby. Okay. Can I help you? I'd really like to, but I don't know how. Like, I don't know how to help you. I honestly don't know how. Okay. I'm not sure how to help. Hints. It seems to be asking for 4 souls. Do I have to go around and look for them? Let blood and strange sounds guide you. Okay. Is that blood? Yeah. Oh, okay, this has a weird lock on it now. U and N? I don't know what that means. I can't get in there, so... This game is really cool. I wish I knew how long it was. I'm probably gonna run into every single monster in the encyclopedia, which I'm kind of looking forward to, honestly. Creepy-ass runestone. Check. Okay, I got stuck. Okay, there's blood again. Is this it? Is this what it was talking about? Yeah, it was. I completely missed that before. Okay. That's fine. I'm holding it with the mouse. Can I put you back in the carriage? What am I supposed to do with you? Am I supposed to drag you all the way back? I think so. Come on, little baby. Come on, little baby. It's me and you, little baby. The creepiest little baby. Can I give you that scary haunted doll? Is that an option? Because that doll was not okay. Not a fan, not a fan. Okay, there's hooves. Yeah, I'm going in the right direction. Just keep walking. I don't like it when it goes all quiet. I don't care what game it is. But there's music, and then suddenly there's not music. I'm scared to let you go. Yeah, can I go down, please? Now let's take you back to the brook. I'm not gonna go, like, put you in the oven or some shit. There you go. Okay, I need 2 more, but you know what? That's some scary shit. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here, because I think I've been playing like an hour, and I really didn't mean to do that. I just got really wrapped up in the game. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm really liking it. I would like to play more as the days go on. I really like horror games, and I really like paper doll kind of styles like this. Fran Bow was a lot of this stuff too, and I really, really, really enjoyed that game, so I'm probably going to enjoy this one, especially now that I know what it's about and kind of what I'm supposed to do. I'm really glad they have a hint system, or I would be completely lost. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like and a comment, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! I don't feel good. Good lord. Oh no, take her back to her room.